let's fix this. As you iterate on your conversation, it's kind of like having a text message thread or a chat in Teams or something like that, or even if you want to compare it to an actual Slack chat thread. All of these are going to be maintained. And as you continue the conversation with your Copilot, everything you've discussed so far will be contextually remembered and figured into its next response. Now, when you should use start a new chat is when you're ready to move to a new topic and you're basically done with what you were working on before. But that brings me to another point here. If you do happen to start a new chat, don't worry about it because everything is saved inside of your Copilot. And I'm going to actually shift to the left-hand side to chat history. Chat history is expandable on the left-hand navigation, and that's going to have a running list of all the conversations that you've had with Copilot. So for an end user, this means that you can start a research project, start something with your Copilot, and then say, oh, I got pulled in another direction, or I have to focus on something else, so I'm going to go ahead and start a new chat. But then, when you have the time, come back to that conversation and continue where you left off with your Copilot, and everything is contextually remembered there by the Copilot agent. For admins on the call, also keep in mind that Copilot is fantastic with auditing and logging. So if you're concerned about, are my team members using AI responsibly? Is there anything harmful going on? How can I monitor and manage this? Remember that everything that happens in Copilot for Work or School is discoverable and auditable by IT administrators and business decision makers through Microsoft Purview, formerly known as Microsoft Compliance. Purview is literally exactly what it sounds like. It is your purview into the organization, from across Microsoft 365 apps all the way down to Copilot itself. Now, one of the most popular features that you'll be using on this page, or the most commonly used one, is the prompt box. The prompt box is where you engage with Copilot. When you first open it up and have this blank canvas to work with, the prompt box will be centered right in the middle of the screen. You can type, you can upload and add content, again, illustrated over here on the left. So you can add unstructured Excel data, PDF reports, Word documents, text files, Python scripting, PowerShells that you need to ask questions about. So there really aren't any limitations on what you can give to Copilot and ask it to help you reason over something. When you do provide your working context, that gets added to your question that you're going to put in prompts. And then you also, for those of you that would rather prefer dictation, you can now talk to Copilot in natural language. So whether you are looking for accessibility needs or you're on the go on your phone, you don't have to type. You can talk to it and engage with Copilot through natural voice as well. In addition to that, once you start writing your prompts, just below the Copilot prompt box, you'll see your Copilot prompt gallery. So if one day you write a prompt, or maybe a team member writes a prompt that gives them exactly what they're looking for, you can actually save and then share those prompts using prompt gallery. And we'll come back and talk a little bit about prompt gallery later on as well. Below Copilot, remember, this is a dynamic AI assistant. It follows you as the user throughout the organization. And I mentioned earlier that everything you know and have access to, so too does your Copilot. That means it knows the latest Word files you just created, or the latest Teams chats you just may have gotten, or the latest email messages that just came into your inbox, and even what's coming up and has happened on your calendar inside of Outlook.